Your love is like radiant diamonds bursting inside us. We can't.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Faith and Family. Happy Friday. We did it. A whole nother week in the bag. Week number 4, I believe. Great job. Now today is a very special day, and that's not just because it's Friday. It is because we are going to talk about Divine Mercy, because this Sunday is Divine Mercy Sunday. And Divine Mercy Sunday always falls on the second Sunday of Easter. So last Sunday, Easter Sunday, as it's commonly known, we celebrated Easter, but because Easter season goes on for so long, it goes on for 50 days, we actually have multiple Easter Sundays. So we have the first Sunday of Easter, the second Sunday of Easter, the third Sunday, and so on. And the second Sunday of Easter is always going to be Divine Mercy Sunday. Now, some of you might be really familiar with Divine Mercy, and some of you might have no idea what that is or what I'm even talking about. So we're going to talk about it a little bit today, and we have a couple fun activities to do as well. But to start you off, Divine Mercy, we can break down that word divine. It's when we're talking about God or something holy, and mercy. Most of us know what mercy is. Mercy is kind of like love and forgiveness and grace all mixed up in one. So when we're talking about divine mercy, we're talking about the mercy of God. Now, there was a special woman named Saint Faustina. We're going to talk about her a lot, but she was God's messenger to the world about divine mercy. So I don't know if you guys can see it on my sacred space back here, but this image right here of Jesus, this is called the Divine Mercy image. Maybe you've seen it before. But we get to thank St. Faustina for this image, and it says at the bottom, Jesus, I trust in you. It's a very popular image. So to celebrate Divine Mercy, we are going to make our own image of the Divine Mercy portrait. And you can see mine is also right here. Super cute. I can actually bring them forward a little bit. So the main things with the Divine Mercy image is obviously it's a picture of Jesus. But just like in this one right here, you can see he has 2 rays coming from his heart. And this one, it's red and white. And in this one, it's red and blue. Sometimes you'll see it red and blue. Sometimes you'll see it red and white. And then both images at the bottom say, Jesus, I trust in you. So those are kind of the key factors for an image to be considered a Divine Mercy image. So today we are going to make ours. And what you're going to do is go to the St. Gregory the Great website, go to the Faith Formation tab, and there will be a link there for the printout. It is going to look like this when you print it out. So you're going to go ahead and color however you want first, and then you're going to cut out these triangles at the bottom, and it tells you what color to color them. And then you're going to cut along this rectangular edge, but then also right around his sleeves, you can kind of see there's a perforated line. You're going to cut along that as well, but not all the way down, just where it's dotted, all right? Because that's how you're going to get Jesus's arms to stay forward, all right? Then you're going to get a toilet paper tube, and you are going to glue the image onto your tube after you've cut it out. And then with our 2 triangles down at the bottom that you color in, you're going to color them, cut them out, and then do that accordion fold, that zigzag fold, and then glue them on so they look like they're coming right out of Jesus's heart. And those 2 rays are symbolic of the blood and water that came forth from the side of Jesus. And when he spoke with St. Faustina, he said that that was the font of mercy. So where his mercy came from his heart. And then the second thing we're going to do, you can also print this off from the website. It's going to be 2 pages. And it won't make a lot of sense when you print it off because it's just going to look like this and like this. But what you're going to do is you're going to fold it long ways and then fold again. And then same thing with the second page. Fold it long ways and then fold again. And the pages actually have numbers on the bottom, so you'll be able to put them in order. Whoopsie daisy. And then you're going to have your 2 pieces. You're going to put them together like this. And there's little lines where you know where to staple So after you've put it together like that, you're going to get your stapler. And one there, one there. And now you have a little book that'll teach you how to pray the Divine Mercy Chaplet. So the Divine Mercy Chaplet is another way we can celebrate and meditate upon God's divine mercy. And it follows the same format as the rosary. So if you know how to pray the rosary, you're halfway there. And if you don't, you have a book that can teach you how to do it right now. So those are our two activities today. Like I said, both of those links are available on the website on the Faith Formation tab. You can print them off. But for now, we are going to read a little bit about Saint Faustina and Divine Mercy. And this is from my picture book of saints. And we are going to talk about some other saints later on. Not today, not even next week, but in a little while. So if you want to learn a lot about saints, don't worry, it's coming up. All right, here we go. So here is a picture of Saint Faustina. And you can see real tiny right there, there is the Divine Mercy image right next to her. And her feast day is October 5th. All right, and she's also called the Apostle of Divine Mercy. So it says, born into a devout Catholic family on August 25th, 1905, in Poland, Faustina had only 3 years of formal education, so she didn't go to school very long. She had been doing household jobs in the homes of others at the age of 16. In 1925, she joined the Sisters of Our Lady of Mercy in Krakow and served as cook, gardener, and doorkeeper in various convents of the congregation. So when she was only 16 years old, she became a nun and lived in a convent in Poland, where she was from. On February 22nd, 1931, the saint had a vision of Jesus with one hand raised in blessing and the other hand on his chest. Jesus told her to have an image made of what she saw and have the following words printed on it: Jesus, I trust in you. He also asked her to promote the second Sunday of Easter as a celebration of divine mercy. Fulfilling this request on April 30th, 2000, the date of Faustina's canonization, Pope St. John Paul II officially proclaimed the second Sunday of Easter as Divine Mercy Sunday. St. Faustina, by order of Jesus himself, recorded her visions, revelations, hidden stigmata, gifts of reading souls, and prophecies in her spiritual diary. Through her work, devotion to the Divine Mercy grew by leaps and bounds. She died October 5th, 1938. So she was a very, very special woman who was very, very close to Jesus. So much so that while she was a nun and she was doing her various jobs, she was a gardener and a cook and all that, she would actually have visions of Jesus. She would see Jesus in real life in her room, and he would talk to her, and he told her so much about his divine mercy. And like I said, mercy is kind of like forgiveness. So this is a day where we get to celebrate and remember how merciful God is. Kind of like the day where we talked about reconciliation or confession, and we had our waters that our different liquids we mixed together. There is no sin that can take us away from the love of God, or that God is not willing to forget. Actually, one of the things that Jesus said to Saint Faustina, and it's in her diary. You can actually read her diary. It's a book now. And you can go to a bookstore or you can buy it online and you can read the conversations she had with Jesus. But one of the things that Jesus told her is he wanted her to tell the people that it is harder for him to hold back his mercy than to hold back his anger. Can you believe that? I know when somebody hurts my feelings or makes me upset, it's really hard for me to hold back my anger. And sometimes I don't really want to show them mercy. Sometimes I don't want to forgive them. But for Jesus, it is harder for him to hold back his anger, and it is easier for him to give his mercy. So Jesus is so full of mercy, and he is so ready to forgive us. And we get to remember that and celebrate that this Sunday on Divine Mercy Sunday. So I definitely invite you, make your Divine Mercy image, and you can use that as another decoration for your Easter sacred space at home. And then also print off your book so that you can pray a Divine Mercy chaplet. This is a great thing to do as a family to celebrate Divine Mercy Sunday. And as I said earlier, it follows the same pattern as the Rosary with decades and 5 decades and so on. But it's much quicker. So if we have little friends that maybe can't make it all the way through a rosary, Divine Mercy Chaplet only takes about 10 minutes to pray. It's very, very quick, and there's a lot of repetition, so it's very easy for some of our younger friends who maybe can't read yet to still be able to participate just because of that repetition and the short prayers. All right, my friends, thank you so much for joining us today for our Divine Mercy episode. We will be back next week, starting on Monday, 2 p.m. Next week, we are going to talk about the sacraments, all 7 of them. So very excited. We're going to have some more activities, some more crafts, and more stories. So we will see you then. Have a blessed, blessed weekend. We will also have Children's Liturgy of the Word available for Sunday, so be sure and check that out if you can. And just know that you are loved, you are missed, and we are praying for you.